Yo, my people from YouTube, greetings. Alright, so I wanted to do a video earlier, but I've been struggling with power all day. All my devices were pretty much dead based off because of yesterday. Because man, I've been through my batteries like crazy. Even though there's like a plug, I don't have like a multi-out. Like a lot of the recharge places, at McDonald's or whatever, it's just made for a plug. It's not made for USB. So basically, what I'm trying to say is I only can recharge one device, which mainly I just recharged my my tablet because that's what I was using mostly throughout the day. Although I was using my phone too, and it pretty much died towards the end, and I used the last of my external on my power bank to charge my phone, and my power bank's been giving me problems too. Like the slot that it goes in, it's loose now. So, man, I knew I should have held on to the boxes, but I didn't think I was gonna have to return it. But it's looking like I might have to, because it's not helping that much right now. It's like I can't even really charge it that well because the cord is, whenever I put it in, it's so loose. Yeah, I apologize, you're gonna hear me sniffling a lot in this video. Now, that was the reason why I was putting off in recording for so long, because I was waiting for my allergy tablets to kick in, but it's been over an hour, it still hasn't kicked in, so it's like, screw it, man, I'm just gonna do the video, do it now. So, yeah, interesting day, man, really interesting day. I mean, this morning was rough because I didn't sleep for like 2 days. Going on 3 days, and I went to the mall in the morning, and some of the weirdest shit happened to me, man. I don't know what happened, but like I smoked a cigarette before I went inside, and like it did something to me, man. It just made me super hot, gave me these hot flashes, gave me these sweats. And it didn't happen right away. It was like later, like 10 minutes afterward, when I sat down, I just started feeling like it crazy. Like I just took like some hard drugs or something, man. Like everything was like sounding louder for some reason. I couldn't focus, and it was just like, I don't even know. It was just, hey, hold on, let me just pick up my headphones before it drops again. Get it. Oh. Alright, got it. Alright, so yeah. Man, these guys be trying to do Need for Speed every night, man. Alright, so anyways, back to what I was talking about. So yeah, what was I talking about again? Oh yeah. So yeah, I don't know what happened, man. I just started feeling like crazy, man. It was like how happy I was. Plus I was like super hot, like it was like ridiculous. I was stripping down, like basically my t-shirt, and I was still like getting hot sweats, and basically like I almost like fainted, man. I like half fainted because like I fell down in the seat. I just couldn't get up, and I guess I must have passed out there for like an hour, because I got back up and it looked like some time had passed, but I still couldn't function. I was still like groggy and weak, and whatever, right? So then, I just put my head on the table, and I guess I passed out again, man. Because next time I woke up, I heard, knock on the table, security guard again, telling me the same usual shit, But he was right. He was like, you pass out here and you have all your devices out. That's what I usually do. I hook up all of my devices to like the charger or like to the plug, because those ones actually have USB slots for them. Has two, so I just hook them both up, and then usually I either pass out for a few hours or I'll stay awake and just do stuff. But point is, I'll have it on the table, or sometimes I put it beside me. Like I'll have my backpack in the seat, and I'll pack them away like while they're still connected, so they'll still be getting charged. Like I do Waze, but I guess I just let my guard down there this morning because I was just done, man. Physically and mentally, I was just over. It's and I'm glad it happened there than anywhere else. Because if there was times when I had to walk from. I didn't even tell you where I went on after I made that video of me in the park on Victoria Day. I ended up going to a 24-hour McDonald's that I found not too far off from there. And so in the morning I ended up walking from there back to the mall, which was like a little bit more than an hour, give or take. Like maybe an hour and 10 minutes, whatever. I mean, it still wasn't too bad. And one thing I noticed while I was there was, the hiring side. The hiring sign, looking for members, so things seemed at the time like to be happening for a reason, right? I was thinking, I just found this 24-hour McDonald's, and let me tell you about that McDonald's a little bit. I know I'm getting sidetracked, but this is what we do, This is what I do, anyway. It's always one story lumped in with another story. But anyways, yeah, that McDonald's, like every place I go to, right? Usually like Tim Hortons or most fast food chains are like operated by usually Indians or like Chinese or like Asians or like different ethnicities. And I'll see black people there, but like they're never in the minority, right? It's always just like a handful of them. And at this McDonald's, it was actually the opposite. It was like, majority of them was all black. And there's like a few other ethnicities. There's like one white girl I seen there. And she didn't come in until like late at night. So for the most part, like when I was looking through like all the employees, 80-90% black. And then everything else is mixed after that. So I actually thought that was pretty cool. I actually was impressed by that because I was like, I never see us in a place in an industry where it's predominantly my people. And, especially the fast food place, you would think that a lot of us would be working there. And we are. But it's never like looks like we're the ones running it, You could always tell like we're just an associate there. So it was nice to see this, even if it was in like a fast food place. It was just good. And like, let me tell you, man, the girl that took my order, nice young girl, man, really nice young. But I was just. What do I say, man? I was just so impressed with the way how she took my order. And I don't know why I was. but there was just something the way how she was like talking, like her voice was like super sweet, man. It was like perfect. It was like right. I was like, yo, that's your voice. I was like, oh my god, I could like the things that can make you fall in love with somebody, you know? It's not just face, man. You can fall in love with somebody for like the smallest thing, you know? And I was just like, man, this girl's sweet, man. I was like, yo, she took my order and everything, and I was really impressed with like the way how she did it. Like it was, I don't know, it was like a simple order too. It was just, you know, a few burgers, but it's like the way how she handled it. And I was just like, damn, man. I was like, yo, I knew, like black women in general, man. It's like, you put them in the grimiest situation and they'll still like, are able to like, you know, do the duty, and they'll do it like I'm not talking about the ratchet ones that like cut corners and like you're like the loudest one in the room, and I'm not talking about those ones. I'm talking about black females that like, you know, they put their heart in everything they do. You know, especially when they have to like when they're taking care of the kids and you gotta provide for them. Like they'll make sure they'll hold down that job for years. And that's something that's, you know, that work ethic. I have so much respect for it, you know. Like never mind my views on us as a race, or my views on, you know, trying to marry a black woman. So that's a whole other thing right there. But you know, even in with regards to that, I was willing to like, you know, just from that experience, I was willing to give him another chance, you know. To be like, you know, if a black girl came my way and she was like you, oh, for sure, I would have done it, you know, dealt with it. So, yeah, and then lastly, I just started looking, like I was there for a while, right? I was there like all night, basically. And I just started looking in the back and just seeing all the people that were working there, you know, it was like, majority of it was black chicks, but, you know, there was black people there too, black guys. And I was just looking at all the black females, and they all had some, like, unique trait to them, whether it be their hair, the way how they colored their hair, or the way how they did their hair, you know. Like, they all had some sort of, like, trait to them. And then I was just listening to them individually, how they were, like, processing orders and stuff, just so I could hear their voice, and hear how they handled, you know, each order and stuff. And, like, I remember I was looking at one girl, and I was like, oh, man, she looks good, too. Nice young girl, perfect voice, handling the orders, you know, in a fast-paced environment. And then I looked at another woman, or another black woman, and her face, it wasn't that great, like, it wasn't that cute. But then I heard the way how she, like, I was thinking that she was gonna have like a hard voice or something, like, to go with her face, right? And no, she had like a nice voice to herself too. Like, it wasn't like nice, like the probably the 20-year-old or 8. I don't know what age she was, but the first girl I seen, like, it was kind of high pitched, but it was like sweet and girly. So hers wasn't like that, but it was mature and like perfect for her. Like, to the point where I said, "Oh shit, man, you can't even." Like I said, man, you cannot judge face. It's just like, damn, man, there's more than the attraction level. It's just
based on the physical outward appearance, man. It goes way deeper. Like, even just the frequency. That's how, like, that's some people that are not even attuned to that. They don't even know that shit exists. But it does, man. And like I said, man, it was cool being in that environment and just seeing them all handle it, you know. Even the supervisor, black guy, he was short. He was actually short for a black guy. You know, whatever. Everybody has, you know, some shortness in whatever race gene you are. But he was short, and like he had dreads. He was full dreadlock. So I thought that was real cool too, like mad cool. And one customer even came in and complained, because they're always complaining about the drive-thru. Like, people are like, apparently in any McDonald's drive-thru you go to, there's problems. And of course there's going to be, because they have to serve the people inside and outside. You know, shit gets confusing, and then, I guess apparently they're always messing up orders. You know. And some people give them a hard time too with these orders. They're like, people are not making simple orders, man. People are ordering foods for like a family of like 6 or 8, man. Or like a party or something. Like, they're making big orders, man. So they got to deal with that. And like the lineups are usually always long too. So people make a big deal about this shit. But you know what? Well, this whole experience taught me, from being, you know, going to these fast food places and seeing this in everyone. It doesn't matter which one you go to. No matter how good the establishment is, there's always going to be people that are demanding faster service, you know, and better perfection from the employees. And I'm just like, yeah, I hear you to a certain degree, but these guys, they're not getting paid to deal with, you know, more baggage than they can handle, man. Most of these people are just trying to keep the lights on. You know, you want them to all act professional. It's like, all right, they can act professional if you add a DR acronym to their name, you know, give them the doctor status or the lawyer status, to where you only can address them by their surname. You know, then you do it, if you want them to be like that, to where they can talk all professional and use like all complete white words and, you know, big words that you never even heard of. You know, you want them to be like that, shit, man. What the fuck do you expect, man? You're giving them like half of a livable wage, and you want them to like go above and beyond, like, people's expectations, man. And like I said, back to what I was trying to, my pain point was, what seeing all of this taught me was that, yo, once the food trucks stop running, or if there's any sort of food shortage that's going to be happening soon, you know, any type of, even if it's a day, I see chaos, especially in those stores, man. Yeah, it's going to be bad, man. I can see it. Just from people, look how much available food there is right now, and how ungrateful people are that they have the luxury to, they don't even have to get out of their seat. They have the food, as much food as they want, you know, as long as they have the money to pay for it. But people can get food at any access. Like, you can never be hungry if you have money. And people go to these places, you know, like, they depend on them to eat. And it's just crazy in this thing. And like I said, man, once that shit's, you know, the food shut, like, I'm not saying they're gonna shut down completely at first, like, but there might be shortage where we're not gonna be able to get as much as we could before, like, you know. And then when that happens, you're gonna notice, like, those fast food joints are going to be like having a limit on how much you can order. Because right now you can order as much as you want. You can order unlimited as much as you want. Like shit, you can just buy the whole store if you want to. But once that changes, the whole dynamic, just like everything that how people are like usually cool and people are usually cool and calm and conservative. That's all gonna change, man. Like when they say only a limit of 2 burgers now, or like 2 meals. Oh man, you can only imagine what's not gonna happen. And it's probably gonna be a lot higher too. Prices on that shit's gonna like sky. Like just look at Venezuela, man. And I don't even know how they're doing right now, if they've even recovered from that. But they went through some times of tribulation. They went through some suffering. Can you imagine giving up your whole house for a bag of groceries? Can you imagine everything your whole life you work for? You have to give it up just to be able to survive the next day or the next few days or however long, until hopefully society recovers and you go back to that same what it was before. I'm not saying that what we're living in now is good, but we've become so accustomed to it, it's become our norm. If we break away from this, it's gonna be crazy, man. As I already told you, I'm like one of those people that I'm not really like a person that likes to change a habit. Like once I'm used to something, it's kind of hard for me to go outside my comfort box and try something new. Which, of course, I'm sure a lot of people are like that. I'm sure the majority of people are like that. Like, change is a hard thing to adapt and want to do willingly. That's a huge thing. But, yeah, I got sidetracked, and I can't believe I went on for this long. I meant to talk to you guys what happened today. So, okay, let me just try to get back to that. I guess I'll finish that at the. I'll wrap up that other story at the end. But yeah, I was at the the mall, and like I said, I passed out. Then I went to the library. I ended up passing out again. And I passed out for a good amount of time. I passed out for like 4 hours. I couldn't believe it, but. Especially in the position that I fell asleep in, it wasn't very comfortable, but I guess my body didn't mind, just needed to recover. So it was good I got that. So anyway, I left there later on, maybe about 3 or something, and I went to the mall, right, just to get something to eat. And come out. I go to back to the sitting area, the chilling area in between the mall and the Civic Center, right? Like you've seen me do videos over there before. You probably just don't know what I'm talking about, but I'll try to show you next time. It's basically in that video where I was on the auditorium on that stage or whatever. It was there. That's basically where I came back to eat. So it was nice outside. It was really beautiful. It was hot, really warm and stuff. So I wanted to take advantage, right? So I'm out there, and I have my headphones on, and I'm just basically just watching some of my previous videos, just making sure the audio's decent enough, whatever. And then these high school kids just come out, and they're like rowdy and shit, going loud, and I don't know what they're doing, but they're just going off, right? but I just try not to pay them any mind. I was just like, oh, they're teenagers, right? They're gonna do that. So I was listening to my video, and there's a guy that was sitting off, not too far from me, but he was sitting by himself. And before they got there, I could tell he was probably, homeless or in a tight situation, And he's just sitting off by himself, not bothering anybody. And eventually those teenagers just started approaching him and started harassing him and just bothering the guy, Again, I wasn't really paying attention, but I heard them started to like yell and stuff. Then I look up and just start looking at what they were doing. And it didn't seem like they were doing much, so I wasn't really focused on them, but I could still hear them. Until eventually, it started going loud again, so I look up again. This time I'm not looking away, I want to see what's going on. And, I could see the guy that they were harassing, he was now standing up, right? Because, that they had a big kind of crew. Must have been like 8 to 10 of them. And they are like, it's like a mix of like a few females. I don't know how many, there were, but there's a few females, and one of them was like the loudmouth. She was like the leader, almost. And she was going around air hitting that guy, not actually hitting him, but she had like a Gatorade bottle in her hand, and she'd go behind the guy and pretend like she's gonna hit him with it. He couldn't see it, but he could tell that they were doing something. Until eventually I seen him, he was standing up, and the guy started approaching him in a threatening way, and they all just started surrounding him. And I'm looking around, and like by now, like everybody should know what's going on. There's this huge assault's going on right here, and I'm like the only one that's watching it. I'm seeing it go down, and people are coming and going, and nobody's paying attention to it but me. There's even other people that were sitting around eating as well, but they weren't watching it. They weren't paying attention. So I was just like, I can't believe that nobody's seeing this but me. Like, this is I'm witnessing something go down. Like, and here's the funny thing, I have my camera out too, right? My phone out, but I wasn't actually recording anything. It didn't even occur to me to even record it, which I regret now, because that could have been good in so many ways, because I could have given it to the police as evidence or whatever, but I just completely forgot. Plus my phone was low on battery, so I wouldn't even have been able to record that much. But anyways, yeah, they were just assaulting that guy, then they went up in his face and stuff, until eventually one of the guys, the bully guys or whatever, goes away, comes back with like a Gatorade bottle with water in it, and he just dumps it over the guy, and just flashes it all over him, and then, the guy just starts walking away, and they're going crazy, man, until these, and finally there's these girls that were sitting beside me, right? It was like, I guess there was like 3 or 4 of them, probably 4. They're all like Asian, whatever. I guess, and their seat, the way how they were sitting is, 2 of them could have been witnessing all of that, and the other 2, they wouldn't have been able to see it unless they turned around. I never seen them turn around once, but those other girls, I guess they were seeing it, what was going down. So after that other guy left, I guess he noticed that I had my phone out, so then one of the guy comes around me, and he tries to circle me. He does, he circles me completely. See what I'm watching, or if I'm recording, whatever, and he shouts out, "Phone out," and then I was just like, "Oh man, I can't believe this. You guys are coming after me now, right?" So then I was like, "Okay, all right," and I could see how they were moving, man. It was like they dealt with that guy first, and then they started to inch their way closer towards me. Like they moved from that seat they were standing at before, and they started to come closer. And long story short, I just got up and dipped, man. I already knew what was happening. They were gonna try and assault me and rob me. And then I guess the other girls finally, after they seen me get up and leave, they decided to leave, And it really bothered me because I wanted to do something about those kids, but self-preservation, man. And I was really close, man, but I just couldn't do it, especially knowing my situation. So, and then, long story short, I felt so bad. I ended up going and I even called the cops, man. But I couldn't believe just the way how the 911 system works. It just baffles me. I was really blown away by everything. So that's gonna do it for the video. The video is gonna probably stop any minute, so I'm gonna stop it here, and then I got some other videos coming up, so I'll give you more details and stuff about what happened here in future video. So thanks guys for watching, and catch you guys in the next one.